zur Sendung mit der Kunst. Das internationale Künstlerhaus Villa Concordia präsentiert Ihnen Einblicke, Ausblicke und Socken. Wir haben unsere Serienmacher auf große Reise in den Norden geschickt. In Kerava haben sie die Keramikerin EMMA HELLE zum Ende ihres nur 5 Monate dauernden Stipendiums aufgesucht. Was es heißt, ein Atelier zum Lebensmittelpunkt zu wählen, überhaupt eine Karriere als bildende Künstlerin anzustreben, erzählt sie in ihrem Porträtfilm. Sie haben ihr Ziel erreicht. In der Kunstsendung sehen wir EMMA HELLE direkt bei der Arbeit zu. Eine Amazone auf einem Pferd, ein kleines Kind als leichter Reiter hinten auf oder ein weiblicher Zentaur. Noch ist es im Werden und wir sehen für ein paar Minuten auf den Entstehungsprozess. Wie man sich ebenso mit Musik auseinandersetzen kann, dass einem ja keine Masche runterfällt, zeigen 2 Hände, die sich eine Hommage an eine einst große Geste ausgedacht haben. Ding Dong! Wir mögen es sehr, wenn der Steinway im Saal zum Klingen gebracht wird und wir auf den Zickzack-Tourrouten unserer Alumni topografisch günstig liegen. So war es nur eine Frage der Zeit, bis Jazzpianist und Komponist LYUBOMIR DENEV einmal wieder bei uns stoppte. Die Sendung mit der Kunst, helle Begeisterung und jazzige Grüße.
I did not actually have a home. I did not know where I would live, but I did know that I want a studio. So in order to make my life the kind of life I want to live, I need a studio space. And I found it here. For some reason, after that decision, work became very enjoyable. So it was, I sort of stopped having the feeling that I should go to work and create because the world is expecting something of me. And I came to be in a place where I thought that this is my best chance to be in a studio that I want to have and do whatever I want, and it might be a total screw up. It sounds like a stress, but actually it was more like a relief. So it was lovely working with clay or with wood, with that idea that this might be a total disaster, and that's sort of the freedom I start with. For the last 3 or 4 years, I have been working with clay almost exclusively, and I very rarely know what I'm going to start with. So I only start with the knowledge that I have clay and I have a chevalet to put the clay on. In my early childhood, I did not plan to become an artist. I do remember wanting to go into space and being an astronaut. Well, it was later on. I still did have the interest for space and the universe, and I studied in high school. I studied math and physics, and also I was a teenager and I did not come to school as often as I should have. And one day my physics and maths teacher, who was the same person, he saw me in the corridor in the school and he said, "Hey Emma, please wait." And I had been skipping school, so I actually ran away from him. But of course he was a tall man and he was a quick runner, so he ran up to me and he caught me. And he said, I just wanted to say, have you ever thought a career as a visual artist? And this is what he said. I drew pictures everywhere, and he commented on even if I had to draw a graph of, temperature rising and the error margins, and I was trying to be precise, but then I redrew the error margins, and he would comment that your error margins look like tiny beings from Mars. So this is sort of what he saw in me, I did have like visual arts as a hobby. I did draw, I did paint. Many of my relatives kept saying that you don't want a career as an artist because you will not make money. This is not your thing. Why not become an architect? Can't you become a doctor? And my physics and maths teacher ran up to me and said, have you considered this career? And so I did consider it, and I did apply for some art schools, and I got into a small preliminary art school, and I stayed a year, and then I applied for the Academy of Fine Arts in Helsinki, and I got in. My colleague and co-worker, Bambi. So this is our kitchen, and I don't know where my dog has gone. So you can see she's a little bit upset. So this is Bambi. And here we have Jussi, but he has some work to do, so we leave him to his woodcuts. Bambi can go in and check. There is quite a good system here. I think the bottleneck is for visual artists to find exhibition space. It's almost as hard as getting a grant, so maybe some like grassroots exhibition spaces would be what this country needs. I had again a decisive moment at school when I thought that I have totally failed to become a contemporary artist. It was my art. I could not view my art as contemporary. And then all the sayings that my relatives had said came to me, and they had of course said that you can't make a living like this. And then I thought, what the hell, I have other talents. If I want to make a living, I should choose another career. And if I want to, I can. So if I choose to be a visual artist, then it's best to do whatever I want and not try to be a good contemporary artist. That was my logic. If I'm going to make crappy money, let it at least be for something that I like. All of my life I have found the human figure very interesting, so I very often do pictures of human beings. I feel at home in my own body, but maybe not always with how it's looked at. And I also feel at home looking at other bodies, whether they be other humans or bodies in art. You can't make an image without distorting the reality. And I'm not so much after the reality. Maybe I'm more looking at the ways that the body has been represented. And sometimes in those ways there are shown like very, very eternal things, just like joy or abundance. The picture of the human is always an idealization or an ideal at last, and it's maybe not an ideal of just beauty. Today is it's a big day. We are having a gig, So we're having a concert. A friend of mine is coming here with her quartet to play jazz. Yes, I like my life, and it has been so with many changes, of course, but ever since I made the decision of putting the studio first. And sometimes I think that that's how I have learned to treat myself as a human being. So if there's a big change in my life or something happens and I'm not sure how I feel about it, I come to the studio, I close my door, and then within a few hours I sort of get to terms of speaking to myself, and I know how I feel about things, and then I know what to do next. And it's sort of finding a balance of how much time to spend here and how to also lead a life as a human being with other human beings. No.
Aus Sofia kommend besuchte LYUBOMIR DENEV Bamberg. Der Komponist, Pianist und Dirigent erinnerte sich mit uns an seine Zeit als Stipendiat vor 13 Jahren, setzte sich ans Klavier und spielte. Herzlichen Dank, Herr Denev, und auf Wiedersehen bis zum nächsten Mal.
Emma Helles Atelierdreh konnte mit freundlicher Unterstützung des Vereins der Freundinnen und Freunde des Künstlerhauses finanziert werden. Wir sagen Danke. Und Lyubomir Denevs Konzertfilm, den drehte die Firma SCHNITTFABRIK für uns. Dank sagen hat ja auch immer etwas von Hommage, nicht? Und gerade bei solchen Verneigungen kann man auch Fleiss und Schein nichts vormachen.
Fleiss. Fleiss. Fleiss.
So. Aber was ist denn, Herr Professor?
Das wird Ihnen gefallen, mein Lieber.
Was ist es denn?
Eine Schallplatte. Ach, was rede ich? Nicht bloß irgendeine Schallplatte, ein Klassiker, ein Meilenstein, eine Rarität.
Blue Bega Mambo Number 6?
Ach, ich bitte Sie, Fleiss.
Aber das ist eine Rarität.
Ich habe hier für Sie die Erstpressung von John Cages Meisterwerk 433 aus dem Jahre 1952. So.
Herr Professor?
Ruhe!
Aber Herr Professor,
Was ist denn mit ihm?
Lassen Sie mich doch da mal gucken.
Nein, das gehört schon so. Jetzt hören Sie doch mal zu.
Das war ja gar nicht richtig angestöpselt. Mann, dass Sie das nicht gemerkt haben?